Assalamu alaikum children and a very good morning to all of you. Myself Ambul Latif and here I am with a new topic. As you can see, it's present on your screen. Last time we have done the comparison of like fractions, and now today's topic is to compare the unlike fractions. So let's begin with our session. Over here we just have to do a quick review so that you can understand what exactly we have done last time in the last lecture. As you can see, I have written two of the definitions on the screen. One is the like fractions and the other one is the unlike fractions. Over here, my children, you already knew that what are like fractions and what are unlike fractions. Over here, the fractions having the same denominators are called the like fractions. The examples are also present on your screen. It's 1 upon 5, 3 upon 5, 4 upon 5. They all are having the same denominators. So they are known as the like fractions. Like means same. Before they all are having the same denominators, it's very simple to compare them. You can compare by their numerators because their numerators are different. Remember, my children, in like fractions, the value of the fractions depends upon their numerators 1, 3, and 4. So if I ask you that in these three denominators or in these three like fractions, which one is the biggest one? Obviously, you all know that 4 upon 5 is the biggest fraction over here because its numerator is biggest as compared to other two. And if I ask you which one is the smallest, the answer is clear that 1 upon 5 is the smallest fraction over here because it's having the smallest numerator 1. But on the other hand, we have the unlike fractions. The fractions having different denominators, as you can see in the examples, different denominators and different numerators are present. If the different denominators are there, you can easily arrange them by looking at their numerators. But what is going to happen when the numerators are also different? As I have shared the examples over here. For these type of fractions, we have to do some other treatment. What will be that? Now look it over here. I have shared three of the circles in front of you. These all three circles are having different denominators and different numerators. It means they are representing different wholes. Now, here you can see that the three denominators and numerators both are different. That is, not of the same size. Remember, my children, you can only compare the fractions if you are having the same sized whole. It means your denominators should be same. Since we cannot compare fractions of different sizes directly, we must first make their denominator same. It means that for comparison, for arranging them into ascending or descending order, or for finding out the greater and lesser, or for addition and subtraction, first we have to make their denominator same. This is the most important line over here, my children. Whenever you are going to deal with the different numerators and denominators, for the comparison, we have to make their denominators first. Because comparison is very simple if their denominators are same. But if their denominators are different, you have to first make them same. And how you are going to do that, this I'm going to explain by following some steps. Now look it over here. What are those steps? These are very, very simple. You just have to focus. Over here, what I did, I have taken two unlike fractions. Unlike in a sense that they are having the different numerators and different denominators, and the same is depicted with the help of the diagram as well. I have taken two circles of the same sizes, but their denominators are different, so their numerators are. How their denominators are different? Look it over here. This one, circle A, is divided into 5 equal parts, and out of 5, only 3 are colored. So the fraction is 3/5. On the other hand, the other circle is divided into 7 equal parts, and out of 7, 4 are colored. So it is 4/7. How you are going to find out that which one is the greater over here or which one is the smallest? For doing that, you have to make their denominators same. How you are going to do that? You have to follow some steps with me. First of all, you have to understand what does it mean by LCM. My children, you have already heard this word before in your chapter Multiples and Factors, in which you took the LCM. It means least common multiple. But here we are dealing with the numerators and denominators. So, what you are going to do over here, you are going to find out the LCM of the denominators. So, it will be known as LCD. LCD means least common denominator. LCM and LCD, they both are same, so that so don't get confused that what is it. They both are same. In some of the videos you will see that LCM is also known as LCD. Now over here what we are going to do, we are going to take the LCM of the denominators. Our denominators are 5 and 7. So on the side of the screen or in your side of your copy you are going to do this LCM, because they also carry the marks in the paper. You have to show the LCM like this as I done it over here. What I did, I took the LCM of 5 and 7. It's very simple. 5 is going to divide with its own table and 7 is going to divide with its own table, because they both are the prime numbers. They only comes in their own table. After dividing and after taking out the LCM, I got 35. I if you are confused at how you are going to find out the LCM, it's very simple, my children. You just have to put the numbers, or you can say the dividends over here as I did it over here, 5 and 7, and then the divisor is going to written over here. The quotient will be written under the dividends, because 5 one's a 5, so 1 will be coming up under 5. Now 5 is already turned into 1, it's time to turn 7 into 1. I know it very well that in the table of 7, 7 ones are 7. So after converting both of these into ones, I got 5 multiplied by 7 is 35. It means my LCM of 5 and 7 is 35. So the common denominator is 35. That means this is the number which I want to which I want in my denominators in both of these fractions. And how I'm going to do that? One by one, I'm going to take these fractions and raise them in such a way that I will get the 35 in the denominator as I did it over here. How you are going to raise that? We have done this in the equivalent fraction when you were dividing and multiplying your fractions, so you will get the equivalent fraction. So the same thing we have to do it over here. I'm going to check that in the table of 5, because my previous denominator is 5, I'm going to check in the table of 5 when 35 is going to come. Why 35? Because this is my common denominator. I know it very well that 7s are 5 sevens are 35. When 7 is going to multiply with the denominator, the same number is going to multiply with the numerator, that means 3. So 3 sevens are 21. I got my first new equivalent fraction, 21 upon 35. Now it's time to raise the next fraction, that is 4 upon 7. I took the next fraction over here. Now 7 in the table of 7. Why 7? Because it is my older denominator. I'm going to rate 7 in such a way that I will get 35 in the denominator. I'm going to read the table of 7, and in the table of 7, when 35 is going to come, 5s are. So 7 5s are 35. It's the rule of the equivalent fraction that whichever number you are going to multiply with the denominator, the same is going to multiply with the numerator. So 4 5s are 20. My next fraction, new fraction, is 20 upon 35. Now look it over here, my children. I got 35 and 35 in the denominators. Now they both are the like fractions because their denominators are same. I can easily compare them.
by looking at their numerators. Over here, my numerator is 21 and over here, my numerator is 20. So it's obvious 21 upon 35 is greater than 20 upon 35. It means previously 21 upon 35 was equals to 3 upon 5. It means 3 upon 5 is greater than 4 upon 7.
And this can be illustrated very clearly with the help of this diagram as well. Look at over here, my children.
You can see that when
Your person, that means the denominators were less. Just consider that these two are your pizzas. When there are only five persons to share the pizzas with, you will get the biggest share. Look at the size of this share. And when your denominator is getting bigger, that means seven. There are seven persons to share the pizzas with. Your denominator, your sharing part, that means this much part, is getting smaller. So it is clear with the diagram as well that 3 upon 5 is bigger than 4 upon 7. Look at one more example.
over here, what you have to do, you have to arrange the given fractions in ascending and descending order. How you are going to do that? Because again, the denominators are different and so the numerators. It's very simple. You just have to follow the same steps which we have done just right now. You have to take the LCM of the denominators. And what are my LCM over here? 5, 10, and 20. On the rough side or on the side of your copy, you have to take out the LCM as I have done it over here in the same way. 5, 10, and 20, because 10 and 20 are even numbers. So I'm going to start with my first even prime number, that is 2. When 2 is going to divide with 5, 10, and 20, I got 5, 2, and 10. Again, it can be divisible by 2. Obviously, 5 cannot, so 5 will be written as it is. And when 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. Now I cannot take 2 again. So I'm going to change my table because now I can see two fives are here and only one is over here. I can simply take fives table. So 5 ones are 5 and 5 ones are 5. Now I got all the ones over here under my dividends. Simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply all these three prime factors with each other so that I can get the LCM. 2 twos are 4 and 4 fives are 20. 20 is my LCM. So
It's my common denominator. Common denominators means that I'm going to raise my these fractions in such a way that I will get the 20 in the denominator. So one by one I'm going to start raising my fractions.
the first term is for 3 upon 5. I know it very well in that in the table of 5, when 20 is going to come, 4s are. So simply I'm going to multiply 5 4s are 20. The same number is going to multiply with the numerator as well. So 3 4s are 12. My first equivalent fraction is
12 upon 20. In the same way, I'm going to take the second fraction, that is 7 upon 10.
so 10 twos are 20 and 7 twos are 14. You just have to focus on the denominator. You have to uh,
Check your denominator only, and then you will start raising. Automatically, the same number is going to multiply with the numerator, and you will get the second equivalent fraction. Now I'm going to
take the last fraction and then raise that as well. Now look it over here. 9 upon 20 already has the denominators 20 over here. It means I'm going to multiply with 1 so that my denominator will not change. So 20 ones are 20 and 9 ones are 9. This is my third fraction. Now I got all my three like fractions. It's very simple to arrange them in ascending order. My children, you already know that ascending means from smaller to bigger. So the smallest fraction is 9 upon 20, then 12 upon 20, and 14 upon 20. I got my first answer. Then they were saying that you have to arrange in descending order as well. And descending order means from smaller to bigger. So 14 upon 20 is the biggest one, then 12 upon 20, and then the smallest one is 9 upon 20. Look, it's very simple. You just have to take out the right LCM of the denominators. Just have a quick review what we have just done today. First of all, whenever the fractions comes in front of you for comparison or for addition or subtraction, you have to check that whether they are like or alike. If they are like, it's very simple because you just have to observe their numerators and then you have to compare them. Comparison means sometimes they will ask you to find out the greater lesser, sometimes they will ask you to arrange in ascending and descending order, or sometimes they will ask you to add and subtract. Now, if they are unlike fractions, you don't have to worry at all. First, you have to make them like fractions by taking out the LCM of the denominators. After finding the common denominators, you have to raise your fractions by multiplying. Once your denominators are same, it's very simple to compare them. Again, what does it mean by comparison? Sometimes they will ask you to find out the greater or lesser, or they will ask you to find out ascending or descending, and then they will ask you to find out to calculate and do the addition or subtraction. Today in this lesson, in this lecture, you learn how to compare and how to find out the ascending and descending order. In the next lecture, I will teach you that in unlike fractions how you are going to add or subtract. It's also very simple. For more understanding, my children, you can go through your countdown page number 53 till 56. Sorry, in these pages more examples are given and some more illustrations are given so that you can go through them and understand more. And I'm going to share the whiteboard video as well, in which I have explained on the whiteboard as well, and then I will definitely share that how you are going to do the copy work of today's lecture. Till then, best of luck, my children, and take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.